Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to another pick a card reading with me. If you're new to this channel is dedicated to your transformation, your alignment, and your healing. That's a mantra that sometimes I forget to say at the beginning of my videos, but hopefully in the readings it comes through. So for today's reading, we're going to be looking into what is the next big change for you. What next big change is going to be occurring in your life? And yeah, I'm excited to see whatever wants to come through. I pre-pulled some nakshatra cards, which is what I based the oracle card designs off of. And then I also pulled some crystals. We're going to pull some tarot and oracle, and more than likely roll the astro dice at the end of your reading to conclude it, to see and bring together this picture of what's the next big change that's happening and occurring in your life. If you haven't yet, go ahead and check out my other channel. It's called Soul Awakening with Shantia. This is where we deep dive into the mystical shifts of transformation. And this is where we do that deep, gritty, intense soul work with ourselves. If you're interested in any of that content, I do a podcast on that channel. And the most recent podcast that I recorded was talking about, are you really awake? So that was the one I just recently uploaded. So are you really awake? What does being awake look like? And then in the next video that I will probably upload before I upload this, I will be talking about why I don't work a job. Yeah, very interesting topic. We'll dive into that, and you can check out any of those. Whatever I've recently done, I'll go ahead and post it here for you guys. Okay. And final announcement is that I'm going to be doing a Saturn and Pisces video where I talk about the 6 planetary conjunction that's occurring at the end of the month. We have a lunar eclipse, we have a solar eclipse coming this month. There's a lot of energetic shifts that's happening. If you want to know specifically what are the things that are going to show up, then go ahead and check out those videos. That's going to be on my other channel, Soul Awakening with Shantia. All right, let's go ahead and dive into introducing the groups and doing your readings. All right, let us introduce the groups. Next big change, what is happening in your life? So group number 1, you have this gorgeous tiger with a heart, and this is triumphant love. Group number 2, you have this really fun, humorous image of this monkey surfing, and this one is Invincible Joy. And group number 3, you have this gorgeous, supreme looking lion. He's actually sitting on a drum. You can't quite see it. It's kind of hidden, but he's sitting on a drum. And this oracle card is called Synchronistic Courage. Let us start your meditation. All right, here is your singing bow. All right, group number 1, if you chose Triumphant Love, then we're going to go ahead and start with you. Group number 1, welcome to your reading. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with a meditation, see whatever wants to come through. We got the crystal. I might do a meditation with that, read the energies with that, do a little scrying, and then we'll talk about your oracle card. All right, let's go ahead and dive in and see what is the next big change that's coming for you or happening or occurring in your life. Okay, interesting. So the first thing I feel like I was picking up was, I feel like I was getting stares, which was interesting. But if you've ever seen those rulers or those measuring rulers where it's like a corner, right? I forgot what they're, like an angle ruler. That's what it is. That's what I was seeing. And to me, this angle was symbolic of something solid and feeling really comfortable. So it reminds me of like when someone is putting together, they're building a box and they need all of the walls to stand up very strong. And in order for them to get the walls to stand up strong, they have to like get the sides to align perfectly at that 90-degree angle. So I think you're going to get a clear, because I'm also getting this energy of corner. You're going to have and the corner to me is like pointing to a direction of where you're being called at in your life. Maybe you've been feeling lost. You've been feeling like you've been floating. Sometimes it's not exactly just feeling lost. To me, sometimes it's just this energy of feeling like you're floating in life and you haven't hit solid ground. So this next big change that's coming in your life has to do with like a solid ground or a solid grounding or clarity for what it is, what direction your life is being called in. And it's going to feel quite concrete and physical, as in the sense of like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. But I feel like this starts with you. And I think they're wanting you to get clear and feel more clear, or gradually move into this space of clarity for yourself where you're like, I'm decided or decisive about, I've decided and I'm decisive about who I am and where I'm going in my life. And it starts with you. I feel like they're just wanting you to get more clear. I'm getting some advice here about what it is you're wanting. And I think sometimes we gradually move into that place where we're like, okay, this is where I'm feeling called to. I feel as though you're moving into a space of like crystal clear clarity for yourself about this is what I really truly feel called to do. And I was also getting some wings reference, and I was getting a little bit of maturity, sort of like big expansive wings, owl energy, as in someone to look up to, or someone that people would look up to or look to for advice. Okay, I think we're gonna get some more on this here with your crystal and your oracle card here. Okay, so let me see what I'm picking up with this. You guys have the sodalite. Beautiful. Let's see if I can pick up anything with this sodalite and see whatever wants to come through. Yeah, the corner also takes me to, because I was getting like stairs or a chair or sitting. You know how you just like sit very comfortably in a corner of a chair? Like we all sit in the chairs, and the chairs are built like this. I think they're trying to help you. You're in a place right now where you're being guided to get more comfortable with yourself and who you are and where you're at in life. And so maybe this has more to do with the falling away of expectations that you had about what you felt like you were supposed to accomplish and all of the pressures of life. I think maybe a lot of that stuff is going to start falling away for you. A lot more of it is going to start falling away, and you're going to start feeling more comfortable with where you're at and clear. And yeah, I think that's a huge victory for you, group number 1. That's beautiful. I was just getting this energy of warmth and comfort. Okay. Yes, and I'm getting that energy of wisdom or maturity. Someone who's seen things, they've experienced things, and I don't know what I'm looking at. I feel like I'm seeing someone with a big head, but their eyes like sort of sorrow. Like I see sorrow in their eyes, or a little sadness. But for some reason, the sadness that they've experienced has actually only made them more mature, blossom in some way. I'm getting a bit of a sad dog. What cartoon character? Kind of like, looks like sort of like Goofy, but he's sad. Yeah, so maturation for sure. And yeah, I feel like there's something you have to say. I'm seeing the mouth words, and I think sodalite is also connected to our throat chakra. And I'm getting eulogy energy, like when you're speaking at someone's funeral and you're expressing some sort of words about the end. So maybe this would be a really good time for you to also journal and think about what are the things that you're ready to leave behind, or you've said goodbye to. Maybe you've been in this grieving process of leaving something behind. All right, so let's go ahead and see your oracle cards. You guys got Triumphant Love with the Tiger. The reason why I chose the tiger is that Vishaka is connected to the tiger. And Vishaka is also, it's 20 degrees to 3 degrees Scorpio. 20 degrees Libra to 3 degrees Scorpio. This is the 16th nakshatra. And Vishaka is connected to, it's very intense energy. It's very insightful. There's like Shakti energy that it's granted, Shakti life force energy that it gets from wisdom, from insight, from knowing things, from learning things. But Vishaka is very insistent and persistent nakshatra. I think it's either the star of success or subsequent success or something like that. But Vishaka doesn't play around. When it devotes itself to something and when it's committed to something, it's one, it just, all it sees is that it just locks in on its target and it keeps heading in that direction no matter what. Nothing stops it. And I think that's why Vishaka has also been connected to war or, yeah, triumphant, being able to get through that hardship or that war. So Vishaka is also connected to this forked branch. Maybe you feel like you felt like you've been at a crossroads in your life where you've been making a decision and coming into alignment about what truly aligns with you, right? So we have this beautiful, gorgeous, regal-looking tiger, green eyes apparently. Okay, it has green eyes, just noticed that. And it's just sitting down very calmly. And maybe I was kind of picking... Sometimes when I scry, it's very weird. But yeah, look at the expression on this tiger. It's very calm. He or she feels very chill. Actually, I think Vishaka and Chitra are the ones with the tigers in the nakshatra, so the 27 nakshatras, and one's female, one's male, so I don't know which one this one is, if it's female or male. But this tiger just looks so calm, as if it's seen life, and it looks quite aged, right? It looks older, like it's already had kids and it's already gone through certain things. But yeah, you're stepping into this energy of calm, of assurance for yourself, with that heart. I wanted to make that heart reference because Vishaka is definitely connected to that energy of divine love. And there's this beautiful story and myth connected to Radha and Krishna. And it refers to this long-awaited love. But I think the longest awaited love that we're all wanting to experience is that connection with ourselves. So this long-awaited love, maybe you've just been looking to reconnect with yourselves, because no matter what relationship you find yourself in, or even job that you're passionate about, which Vishaka can be quite passionate, the only love that you're truly ever going to feel content with is the experience and that connection you have with the divine and with yourself, which is the divine. So I think you've been in this process of learning about this devotion and this commitment to this energy of love. Like, what does commitment and love and devotion really look like to you? But with this triumphant energy coming through, it looks like your devotion, your commitment has been worth it. And maybe you're seeing where it's paying off when you really commit yourself to something that's giving back to you. So now it's more clear, like there's this thing that you're devoting yourself to and it's actually giving back to you something, and maybe not a physical thing, but it's giving you this energy, it's giving you life force, it's giving you hope. Yeah, it's giving you a strong sense of satisfaction or fulfillment within. And perhaps Vishaka can be, again, quite obsessive and just fixed on its goals. So maybe you've been fixed on a lot of external goals or certain external manifestations, but you've learned something even more valuable deep within yourself about what it is you're connecting with. Yeah, but I think there is going to be something physical that shows up, because I was getting that energy of concrete, and I think that's going to be even more evidence to prove and to show you that you actually committed yourself to something that was going to give back. And sometimes you have to be in it for the long game, and you have to just continuously commit yourself to something even without seeing the return on it. And I feel like group number 1, that's the maturity in this process. You've been committing yourself to something that you will see a return on. Okay, so that's Ace of Pentacles here with Triumphant Love. Yeah, it looks like it might have something to do with like a physical passion of yours, a job or a career or life purpose or a calling that you're feeling committed to. And this is something you really loved. So whatever you've been committing yourself to that you just really love and you're like, okay, I'm not seeing the return on it. Spirit is just saying continuously commit to this and you're going to see a huge turnover eventually. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some more cards for you guys. I'll pull a couple more tarot cards for you guys first, and then we'll pull some oracle and see what else wants to come through. Oh, okay, let me flip this over. I think there were a few cards that was flipped over. I forgot to flip over. Okay. So we have here the Star card, and we have Four of Cups. Yeah. The Star card is you're being called to follow your destiny. You're being called to follow something that's true to your heart. With the Four of Cups, you're going through a lesson right now where you commit yourself to something that you're truly meant for here. You stay committed to your destiny in spite of not seeing external shifts, right? So maybe you're not satisfied with how things are showing up, but you know, the Four of Cups is also a lesson in detachment. Right? Sometimes when we're so detached, Vishaka can be super attached, very fixed on outcomes, that we're missing the opportunity. And I think the biggest opportunity here is they really want to give you the gift. Spirit really wants to give you the gift of triumphant love. What happens when you truly commit your love to something? And I feel like this is also going to help to rewire you when it comes to relationships and anything else you commit to. You will now know with more clarity what it really takes to commit to something and what it actually looks like when there's a return. So you commit yourself to something without seeing the outcome, but you're going to actually see what it looks like when you truly commit yourself to something that you love, and you're not doing it for an outcome, or you're not doing it for external validation or gratification. So that's the biggest lesson that's coming through here for you, group number 1. But yeah, beautiful. It's like, it's your destiny. This is something that's like very healing for you. We have here Angel. So you have a lot of spiritual support when it comes to what it is you're committing yourself to here. And also the Angel is an energy of purification. So whatever it is, this path that you're feeling called towards, it's very spiritual. It's very deep. Like this is something that your guardian angel, the angels around you are cheering you on, and they're helping you to focus on this. And they just want you to know that you are divinely protected. You are divinely supported in this, however difficult it may be. When we really connect with the energy of the angelic realms, you do go through suffering. You do go through pain, because to rise into those high states of consciousness, which the angelic realm is a very high state of consciousness, you're going to have to experience the discomfort of moving through the external, because angelic realm has surpassed that. They've surpassed the external. It's not about external validation or gratification anymore. It's all about, how do you feel? Like, what feels real to you? What feels like when you commit yourself to this thing, this is true, you know? And the Ace of Pentacles is this energy of abundance. What does abundance actually feel like? And they're saying abundance feels like love. When you commit yourself to something and you devote yourself to something and you're true to yourself in that sense. That was funny. Okay, we have the Venom. Yeah, that's very intense. So the Venom energy is connected to all of that. It's like that shadowy side of us that comes out when we're not getting what we want. And you're going through a lesson around this energy of like, when you're not given what you want, what happens is that the ego throws tantrums. And as the ego is throwing tantrums, this gives you an opportunity to detach, because now you see, oh my gosh, my ego is like trying so hard and it's getting so angry because things are not going the way that it wants. But the beautiful thing about that is that you get to learn the lesson of discomfort and of anger, and knowing that you're not here to punish your feelings or to ignore them. It's like, okay, we feel anger, we feel stress when things don't go the way that we want. But by the end of the day, I can see it now. Now I know what shadow energy is existing. Now I know what repressed energy has been sitting in my unconscious that's coming up now for me to look at and let go and release. And maybe this is the biggest thing you're releasing, is all of those limiting beliefs and those painful feelings and experiences that have held you back from the experience of abundance in your heart. What's been keeping you from that, right? So in this picture, we have some fangs, right? It's giving me this connection to maybe even the dog, right? Or the tiger, it's like growling, it's intense, it's angry. But this tiger in this oracle card is super calm, very chill. It's just relaxed. It's not anxious at all. It looks like it already ate a really good meal, and it's it's not interested in chasing anything. So I think the universe really calls for you to look into yourself and see, what are you chasing? And is it misleading you? Okay. We have here soulmates. Beautiful. So one of the next big changes that's coming in your life, but beyond abundance, is soul connections. You might want to check out my soul partner reading, where I talked about a partnership that's meant for you. And, you know, we all have those beautiful destined soul partners. Pretty much every person who shows up in your life is a destined soul person who's here to be a part of your life. You know, whether it's challenging or it's helpful is dependent on what that person has been assigned with you, what relationship has been assigned with you. But in the soulmate card here, you know, we have these adorable penguins with the lock and the key, and they seem like they're loving this connection and they're cherishing this connection. And, you know, it's really cool with the triumphant love, I was like wondering for this group, I'm like, are we going to get love? I didn't want to say anything romantic, or I didn't want to show anything romantic on the oracle card because I'm like, I'm not really sure. But look at that. Spirit is confirming, you know, even with that sodalite, this is such a loving and nourishing crystal. Every time I'm connected to it, it takes me to this energy of mother, of warmth, of a home. So it looks like Spirit is calling you to, the next big change in your life is that you're going to be aligned with a soul partner, or your relationship is maybe going to go to the next level. The connection is going to go to the next level. And that's all because you've been working on the connection with yourself. So that's beautiful. You know, I always love sharing this message because I feel like there's so much fear around us opening our hearts and love, and there's a lot of confusion, but I just want to go out there and just show people, oh my gosh, there are soulmates out there, there are soul partners out there who just kind of flit into your life with ease. And yes, you may be given those challenging relationships, but those challenging relationships are there to just show you contrast and show you what it is that you really need to work on for yourself here. So you are here to share a life and an abundant experience with your soulmates. And they will just sort of show up. They will just show up, and it will just feel like a natural, heartwarming connection that doesn't have to be forced. All right, let's go ahead and pull a couple more cards for you guys. Okay, we have your commitment. Beautiful. So again, with this triumphant love and Vishaka is all about that devotion, that commitment that we make in life. So Spirit again is asking for you to realign with committing to yourself, realign to your destiny, realign to your heart, what you feel truly called to commit to. And as you get clear about this commitment, commitments will be showing up for you. Committed, devoted people will be showing up for you because you've devoted yourself. And that's just called natural magnetism, honestly. When we commit ourselves to something, that commitment shows up for us. So Spirit is saying if you commit yourself to something, maybe even something that feels like it's bigger than you, which really just is a reflection of you, then you're actually becoming this energy, this magnetic energy of commitment. And you are drawing in people who want to commit to you. So if you guys are not, I feel like you guys have found something that you're passionate about, but definitely the advice here is to commit yourself to something that you really love, commit yourself to embracing the energy of love in life. I love learning. I love creating. So whatever it is that you love, the more you focus on committing yourself to that thing, the more you become this energy of commitment, this magnet for commitment as well. Okay. We got the two birds holding the heart too. So I feel like, again, this is, again, that devotion, that triumphant love, soulmate energy being confirmed there. I'll pull one more card for you guys. All right, we have here the central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, success. So the beautiful thing about expansion is that when we go through an inner expansion and when our imagination expands, and especially when our imagination expands in connection with spirit, when it comes to learning about spirit, when it comes to learning about how this world is an illusion, we basically shattered the matrix. And when you shatter the matrix, your life becomes an unfolding energy of miracles and possibilities continuously because you've expanded. So it looks like with this central sun energy, that's what you're tapping into. We have this scarab beetle, which is connected to good luck, good fortune. We have this solar energy, so it looks like you're building confidence in yourself. You're learning how to believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, believe in the journey that you're on. And as you do this, you are receiving all of these downloads to continuously expand. And these downloads are helping you to tap into this beautiful energy of abundance, regeneration, success. Regeneration means that you've been going through a healing process. You are going through a healing process here. And this healing process is going to lead you to success in commitment to relationships, success in doing something that you love, success in abundance. You are on this path to success and abundance. So just keep believing in yourself, keep believing. Don't stop believing. We have the crystal skull, clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy, beautiful. We're talking about those high states of consciousness with the angel energy, and they're clarifying it here with the crystal skull wisdom. You're in this place where you've been healing, you've been clearing out these illusions, you've been clearing out the muck, and now you're able to receive with clarity what really wants to come to you. That's helping you to expand, and you're experiencing this deep, intensive divine healing, and it's completely transforming your life. Again, I was also being aligned with that message of wisdom here. So you're receiving lots of wisdom. You've been in this place of healing and learning. And that's why I go on my other channel and I talk about this process, because I'm learning so much about what I thought it would look like, and it doesn't look like that. And I'm learning how to appreciate my life experience, because I'm like, wow, this actually is quite interesting, quite intense, or different from what I thought it was. But now, as I'm learning and I'm seeing with clarity what healing is, it's helping me to appreciate, and it's also helping me just to want to share that experience with other people too. So high vibrational energy is what you're tapping into. And again, just becoming a magnet. You're becoming a magnet for beautiful, abundant experiences to show up in your life because of this high vibrational energy and this deep healing work that you're doing. And I want to share this message before I close out your guys' reading. What I found so funny about healing is that, wow, this is kind of like boring. Like, there's not a lot going on. I'm receiving a lot of messages and insights, and you'll definitely hear about this in my podcast where I talk about why I don't work a job. It's so, what do you call it, mundane. Like, my day-to-day life is quite mundane, but the inner expansion I'm experiencing is quite intense, but it's not emotional. And Carolyn Mace also emphasizes this. She's a spiritual teacher. She always talks about how intuition is not emotional. Okay, that high emotional, even that crown chakra emotional, or even being happy is not a representation of us being in a high vibrational energy. High vibrational energy doesn't just relate to this energy of happiness. It also relates to your mature ability to feel and sit with all of your emotions and to acknowledge them, to appreciate the experience, appreciate the lesson it's here to teach you, because you're here to experience the whole spectrum of emotions. You're here to experience depression. You're here to experience, withdrawal. You're here to experience frustration and pain and even suffering too. You're here to experience all of that. So when we can appreciate that whole spectrum of emotions, then we can see that it's only benefited us. All right, close out the reading for final advice for this group. We have here House 11, Moon in Taurus. Beautiful. So I was seeing that concrete energy, and that's kind of like stable force with the corner. We have Moon in Taurus. So it looks like you're doing a beautiful job. This is what I'm hearing. You're doing a beautiful job at building a new foundation. You're doing a beautiful job at building a new foundation, and this new foundation is connected to your ability to give. Right? To give of yourself, to be of service, or to see the higher perspective or the bigger perspective of what you're here to do. So those little things like, okay, buy a house, buy a car, all of those things are going to fall into place the more that you embrace here your calling. The more you embrace your calling and you see, okay, this is what I'm here to do. I'm committed to this. Even if it starts small, just do that. Commit yourself to that thing that you feel is true to you. That is your destiny. That's your calling. And this calling is ultimately going to lead you down to naturally attracting those physical experiences too. So don't worry about that. Spirit is saying, don't worry about the physical. Don't look to the physical. Focus on your inner experience. Focus on your inner expansion. Focus on where you're feeling called. And as you focus on that calling, the physical experience will just naturally show up on your pathway. So this is really beautiful. As far as the next big change in your life, group number 1, it looks like your whole life is going through a 180 transformation. And that's because of this deep healing work that you're doing for yourself, but you're ultimately calling in everything that you are destined for. So I'm so excited for you. Best of luck, group number 1. Like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know how you're feeling, what's going on in your life, and if this resonated with you. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose this fun image of this monkey surfing, then this is the reading for you. So you guys chose the oracle card, Invincible Joy. I'm going to go ahead and start with meditation, see whatever wants to come through. Then I might scry with a crystal or meditate with it, see whatever wants to come through. You guys got the selenite heart. And then we'll talk about your oracle card and we'll pull some more cards. Let us see what wants to come through for you guys, group number 2. Okay, so the word I heard was soaring. You guys are being called to soar. So that's what you're stepping into for yourself, soaring. And I think that fits perfectly with the monkey surfing. Yeah, because he's surfing, but you guys are being called to soar and fly. So it's beautiful. This next big change in your life has a lot to do with you feeling like you can soar, which means that you're stepping into this energy of completeness. You're stepping into this energy of feeling like you can do anything, you can accomplish anything. And I imagine that this is probably coming from your ability to face some sort of challenge or fear that has been intense. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, whatever it is that you've been going through, just know that there is a reason why. There's a reason why why we go through everything in our life. And especially when contrast is showing up and you learn how to become that powerful alchemist in your life, you realize that you can alchemize anything. And especially when you hit those low lows, when you alchemize that, you are going to hit the high of heights and you are going to be soaring like nobody's business. You guys are being taught to soar. Spirit is teaching you how to soar through whatever challenges may be showing up in your life right now. Okay, so you guys have the selenite heart. Let me see if I can meditate with this and see if anything comes through. Yeah, so I got appreciation right away. I feel like I saw a cute little mushroom and it was just taking me to, oh my gosh, it's so adorable. I also feel like that's how Spirit sees you. I feel like they see you as their divine child who they adore, who they're here to support. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about the energy of connecting to divinity and divine love is realizing that Spirit is so supportive of us. They really care about us and they really love us and they really want us to do well on our journey. If only we would believe in ourselves, right? And that's what Spirit is always telling us. It's like, just believe in yourself. Like, we completely support you on this journey and you're doing a wonderful job. So looking into this selenite heart, see if I see anything here. Yeah, I'm getting this energy of you're one of many. And you're also part of this whole. And maybe that's also something that you've been trying to find yourself too, is you've been trying to find this connection of like, where do I belong and who do I belong to? And the Spirit is like, you belong. You just do. You've always belonged. You've never not had a family, a home, or support system. You know, there's a reason why we long for all the things we long for. There's a reason why we long for perhaps divine like connections, loving partnerships, why we long for a family, a home. All of those things that we long for are the things that we're meant for. And we just have to get out of our own way. Like, you're meant for love. Everyone's meant for love. You're meant for connection. But Spirit is always trying to show you that this world is a paradox. The more you focus on those things that you want and can't get and get frustrated, the more you're getting in your own way. The whole point of us not getting the things that we want is just so we can create the energy of what we want. So we experience the contrast and then we start to imagine, right? Look at people who've come out of deep poverty in their lives. They've imagined, they allowed themselves to just imagine that there's something bigger or better that they could create or experience. What's really cool is this Purvavadashata. I love that you guys got the selenite heart. Let's start talking about your oracle card. You guys got Purvavadashata Nakshatra, What's really funny about this is that Pravashada is connected to the height of Venusian energy. So it's this explosion and this expansion of Venusian energy, of love, of being high in life, of being very enthusiastic. So people with this placement tend to be like quite big personalities, expressive, but there's also a shyness to it, which is really interesting, that contrasting energy. All right, so let's go ahead and look at this monkey, the adorable monkey surfing here. Invincible Joy. So Purvavadashada is actually connected to being the formal invincible one. And it's also connected to this energy of surfing life, because it's also connected to the waters, is connected to the ocean. So Purvashada is connected to the deity Appa, and Appa translates into watery. So they said this is a sort of unknown or obscure goddess that is not talked about a lot in Hindu culture, but she has many interesting characteristics and traits as well. She can be flamboyant, she can be expressive, but ultimately, Purvavadashada is about overcoming our obstacles and learning that you are invincible and you're actually unstoppable. So the beautiful thing is that when we let go of the illusion of this physical world in our bodies and we don't attach too much, we humor ourselves. We understand, things are out of our control and things are just happening. When we don't take it so seriously and we allow ourselves to just sit back and allow things to unfold, we start to see that, whoa, eventually things do turn around. Things do shift for us and you can handle anything. You're not actually breakable. The reason why we feel breakable is we have a voice in our head telling us that we are. That's it. When you stop listening to that voice, you don't feel breakable anymore. When you're listening to the voice in your head that keeps telling you, I'm breakable, that's when you feel breakable. That's when you feel traumatized. That's when you feel victimized by life. So the teachers and the spiritual teachers and divine teachers are constantly trying to teach us is that there's a voice in your head that's telling you these things, and it's not the truth. Can you see that? And can you learn to live with that voice? And actually, the more that you push through these obstacles, that voice actually gets quieter. It gets quieter and it gets quieter, and you start listening to another voice inside of you that's saying, I can do anything. And speaking as someone who has tried doing things that have terrified me, public speaking being one of them, when I put myself out there, I felt unstoppable. I was like, whoa, this is addicting. And it's so nourishing too for us to do things that terrify us and that scare us. You feel like, oh my gosh, your spirit comes alive when you do things that you thought you couldn't do. And that's when you realize, oh my gosh, it was just me. It was just me telling me I couldn't do it. So it's beautiful that you guys got that selenite heart there. So Purvashada is the 20th nakshatra, and it's in 13 degrees to 26 degrees Sagittarius. So this translates into unconquered. Sometimes it has this energy. It has this reference to a fan, and there's like 4 parts it breaks down to and why it's connected to the fan. One of them being that it can be quite shy, right? So the fan is used to hide behind. You hide behind the fan. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so shy. So Purvashada has this shyness connected to it. Perhaps you're learning how to overcome that shyness of putting yourself out there or believing in yourself. But Purvavadashada, then the fan represents fanning the fire. So when we learn how to come out of our shell and fan that fire, fan our passions and follow our passions, we see that our passions make life so much more exciting, and it actually gets us through those difficult experiences. The fan also represents being connected to society. So Purvashada is connected to being sort of social, or like a socialite, or wanting to interact with people. It has some pure mindset connected to it, where it's like, yes, I like to party with the best and the brightest of people. But I think that's just that deep inner spirit confidence that's coming out of it, because it's that culmination of Venusian energy. Venusian energy likes to socialize and mingle among people, and then it also likes to receive the benefits of that socializing experience of being around people. And I find that Purvashada people tend to receive that reward. They tend to receive that love and support from people because of their energy, their positive, radiant energy that they're sharing with the world. It's a very expansive nakshatra. It's quite enthusiastic. It's quite optimistic. But that optimism at times, what takes us being able to obtain it and reach it is us overcoming those fears here. And once you're able to overcome those fears, you're able to tune into that invincible joy and that happiness. We got that monkey surfing on the water. I thought that was just such a funny image to put together through AI. And he looks pretty chill. He looks like he's having a good time. Like he's done this time and time again. If you guys have ever tried surfing, it requires you to find your center and requires you to find your balance. Now, I did a little surfboard surfing when I was a kid. I honestly have never surfed on an actual surfing board before. I did the little boogie boards when I was a kid, and I absolutely love the ocean. Maybe you also feel connected to the ocean too, but the ocean is unpredictable. And when we learn to ride those waves of life, we learn how to work with everything. Purvashada is so optimistic sometimes, it doesn't really focus too much on its failures. It just gets past it and keeps moving on. And sometimes it has this sort of like naivete mindset to it, where it's just like, oh, whatever. And while we don't want to have that mindset all the time, because spirit does call for us to reflect deeply on certain things, that optimistic mindset of just moving on is a great thing and a great quality for us to have, and realize that you can handle difficulties, you can handle struggles, and you'll get through it, you'll move on, and life moves on, and there's another chapter, right? Your life is a continuous next chapter. There's another next chapter of your life that wants to happen. So be excited for that. Don't focus too heavily on your failures here. So the next big change in your life, group number 2, I think we got to summarize it up here, is infinite joy. And just feeling like, dang, I can handle everything, a strong, empowered confidence. And I feel like this is going to attract to you. I'm getting like this energy of community for this group. This is going to attract community support to you. Have you always wanted or yearned for being around a community of people who just get you, who you just connect with? This is what I'm feeling called to say, is this is what's coming in your life, is that heartfelt connection to others. And other people are going to get to see how beautiful you are, how beautiful your heart is, how radiant your energy is. Purvashada is also connected to the mermaid, right? That siren energy. But wherever you felt any hesitancy in your life, like, oh, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know if I can build this business, I don't know if I can travel here, Purvashada is moving you into this space of like, I can do anything. I can mingle with people, I can put myself out there, I can follow my dreams, and I don't even care, because I've gone through lows, and I don't even care about failure like that anymore. I don't give failure my energy anymore. I don't give it my life force energy anymore. I actually give the excitement or the passion for the journey more of my energy. So this is going to attract to you, I think, a lot of beautiful things. We got 3 of Pentacles here. Oh, community. I was feeling that connection with the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, so that's that community connection. I think Spirit is really saying that your journey is here to be experienced with others. And wherever you're feeling conflicted in life, there's going to be a resolution in community, or through this experience of community. Let's go ahead and clarify. Let's see what next big change is coming for you, group number 2. We got here 10 of Pentacles. Ooh, we got 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. So there's lots of abundance that's coming into your life. We had the height of Venusian energy for Purvashada, which is why it tends to attract material success to it, just through its optimistic energy. I'm seeing opportunities. I'm seeing doors open for you. So it looks like there's going to be a beautiful set of doors that open up for you, group number 2. This is really exciting. This is going to be a very abundant experience, perhaps a career opportunity, shift, or life purpose opportunity that's going to be abundant and very financially rewarding that is coming your way. But we're also getting this energy again of connection, of family. So usually what helps abundance to soar here is our ability to work with others. And perhaps you've been in a space where Spirit has been teaching you how to work with people, maybe even work with people who are very difficult. And you can actually learn so much from working with the most difficult and most challenging personalities. I can teach you so much about community and about how you can create a supporting environment in spite of differences and get along with others. But it looks like you're going to find your group to connect with where you guys can work together, and the functionality of this machine is just beautiful. Yeah, it's actually giving me, what's her name? Not Demi Moore. Drew Barrymore. It's giving me Drew Barrymore energy. She just has this really like beautiful, bright, flowery personality, and she's very genuine. She's just herself to other people, and that attracts success to her. She has her own TV show now, and it's like, who would have thought Drew Barrymore would have her own TV show? But she just continuously attracts. She learned her lessons. As a young child, she wanted to become like a good person, like a good mother, and help people and be supportive. She learned her lessons, and that actually only made her more optimistic, more childlike, more playful. Purvavashada can be connected to this energy of playful. When you look at this monkey surfing, it looks like he is infinitely young. Infinitely young. All right, we'll pull one more card for you guys to see what else wants to come through. Oh, you guys are the Magician. So you're tuning into this ability to manifest anything that you want. Manifest anything that you want through your sheer optimism, your energy, your ability just to feel on top of the world. Incredible. What can you not do, right? I can do anything. I can do anything. Okay. I'm thinking of a different song. So let's go ahead and pull some cards for you guys and see next big change coming for you. Group number 2, we got here, Guide. So this is why you're tuning into this energy to be successful. You're learning how to become the Magician, and the Magician is successful because he uses his own resources, and he is an alchemizer. He uses his experiences and his difficult experiences to help propel him forward as he learns and he understands, okay, this is what works, what doesn't work. This is what I've learned from this difficult challenge. You've learned how to tune into your inner guide here. So the inner guide represents the nature of the divine life. And in yourself, we're getting that energy of connection to divinity. We have this girl who's holding the bird, the owl on her. And it looks like she's holding a lamp as she's moving through the darkness. And she's using her wisdom and the light that she's holding, which comes from her spirit, to guide her. And again, Purvashada is connected to Sagittarius, right? It's that finding that inner light. And Sagittarius is all about that expansion. We use our wisdom to guide us. So you are destined here. Part of your lesson is to learn how to use your wisdom to guide you. Did you learn your lesson? And sometimes Purvashada, the difficult part of that is that it doesn't quite learn its lessons, and it repeats continuous mistakes because it's headstrong and it just keeps doing things. But maybe you've had to let go of this headstrong stubbornness within yourself and say, hey, you know what? I got to learn this lesson. What's really not working here? So you've tuned into your inner guide that's helping you. Beautiful. Ooh, that took a minute. So we have the Queen and the Desert. So it looks like you've been learning how to walk through the desert of life. So the desert is when you're limited with your resources, your accessibility to things, maybe people, resources, whatever, to help you. And the only place that you can go to is inward to understand how to move through certain difficulties or obstacles in your life. So imagine you're going through the desert and you're really thirsty and you can't find that water. You don't even know where you're at. You're limited with your resources. All you have to rely on is yourself. And really, you're not by yourself. You're just relying on your inner guidance to show you the way. Here with the Moon, using your intuition to guide you and show you what direction should I go in. And with that heat, that desert, maybe you felt that pressure, the heat, the pressure of life really challenging you because it wants to stoke the fires. It wants to, with the fan, it wants to stoke the passion. Do you have passion for life? Sometimes it's so hard for our passion to awaken unless we are challenged, unless we hit a wall of some sort. So with the Queen here, it looks like you are the person that people are being called to go to for wisdom, for insight. You've been called into this role. Universe is knocking at your door. The Queen particularly is connected to this energy of protection and looking over people. So whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. What matters is that the Queen archetypes embodies this protective, loving force. And it's this energy of royalty. You know, the positive thing about Purvashada is it's connected to like a socialite energy. It wants to be superior or the best. And that's because somewhere inside of you, your spirit is saying you are the best. You it. You're the one. You should be confident in yourself, not to think that you're better than anyone, but to believe in yourself. You should go through life with the utmost confidence in yourself. And that's what spirit is always telling us to do. Move through life with the utmost confidence in yourself, the utmost confidence in your dreams. I don't know if this is a lotus flower, but I'm going to connect it to a lotus flower. Here she's holding the snake, so maybe you've learned how to harness your Shakti life force energy with more carefulness and consideration. So you have all of this life force energy in you, but you don't want to squander it on worrying about everything. You want to use that life force energy to propel you towards whatever it is that you're feeling called to create in your life. So you're here to be the Queen. You're here to be looks like a promotion. Group number 2. It looks like you're getting a spiritual promotion, and then this promotion is going to manifest in the physical too, where people are going to call to listen to you, hear what you have to say. Okay. Let's see what else wants to come through for you guys. You got a couple cards here. So we have here a Temple of Truth and the Soul Star activation. So what's really powerful about these couple cards, when it comes to our truth, this really unlocks healing inside of us, because a lot of us, we don't live by our truth. We live by societal expectations. And when we live by societal expectations, our health fails, we become miserable, we can be very depressed. In fact, we become very depressed when we tell ourselves we're not good enough, because that's a lie. Why do thoughts like that make you depressed? Because it's not true. Why do certain thoughts like that make you anxious? Because it's not true. So anything that's taking you out of this calm, confident energy usually isn't the truth, right? It's just projections, it's worries, it's fears. But when you learn how to align with the truth, you learn how to download the divine dialogue and see that this is how you talk to yourself. I believe in myself. I can do this. Spirit can do this through me. Let's do it. Let's have fun. That's the truth. When you learn how to speak the truth, you become more authentic. Your whole energy, everything, all your chakras just start to heal, and everything starts to flow so beautifully. And again, that's a connection to this monkey surfing, which, by the way, it looks like he has stars behind him. So that has to probably be a moon behind him. I didn't even realize that. Sun or a moon, but it looks like he has a moon behind him. And that, again, is that intuition of going with the flow of life. Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. So it looks like you guys have been learning how to express yourself more authentically. Whatever it is that you're being called to talk about, share, be creative with, it's more in alignment with who you are, and this is where you're being called to. We have here Soul Star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Oops. So I was getting that soaring bird. We have the hawk here. Looks like a hawk. We have a Merkaba above him. So it looks like this Merkaba is a alignment of all of your chakras here. It looks like your Merkaba is aligning. It's spinning at a high frequency vibration, and it looks like you're activating a soul contract here. And it looks like a soul contract that you're connected to align with is the Queen. You know, you stepping into this leadership, confidence within yourself, and then manifesting experiences. So first, we're called to become who we need to become to attract what we're being called to attract. So you are becoming the next big change in your life. You becoming this confident, loving, heart-filled, passionate person who is dedicated to doing something that they love. And as a result, you attract what you love. You attract those opportunities to you. So yeah, Spirit is definitely straight up telling you, remember who you is and who you ish, because this is part of your soul contract. This is part of your destiny to fulfill this. All right, let's go ahead and close out your reading, group number 2, and see what wants to come through. We got Uranus, Aquarius in the 8th house. Beautiful. So it looks like your subconscious mind, I'm also going to say your unconscious mind, has been going through a lot of shifts and transformation. Your subconscious mind is those thoughts you're thinking on habits. And there are certain thoughts that you've been thinking on habit that have not been great. It looks like Spirit has been training you with that Uranus Aquarius to be expansive. Think bigger. Think in terms of the collective. Think in terms of, what do you need me here, Spirit? What do you need me for, Spirit? What do you need me to do? As you step into this kingship, queenship, also check out that podcast on my other channel about kingship and queenship. As you're stepping into kingship and queenship for yourself, you're learning new habits. You're learning how to think differently. You're learning how to download the divine dialogue. How do you speak to yourself? How do you think on habit? And this is a gradual process. This isn't something that can be rushed. But when you're ready to hear the truth, right, with this temple of truth, when you're ready to hear the truth, you start to hear the truth, you start to receive it at an accelerated rate, and you start to heal at an accelerated rate. And as you heal at an accelerated rate, eventually you're going to manifest things to you. So healing happens as fast or as slow as you, like as fast as and slow as you're willing to receive the guidance, as fast and slow as you're willing to receive the truth. But it looks like for this group, you guys are healing at a rapid pace. And a lot of that just has to do with the fact that you're kind of doing the work, right? You're receiving the downloads and you're taking the time to reflect and think about, well, how can I do this differently? What does Spirit need me to do? It looks like you guys are definitely doing that deep work. With the unconscious, that's where we release our repressed programming, that pain, all those things that you've held inside that you didn't realize you're holding inside. It looks like you've been going through a process where you've been releasing a lot of that. And maybe those unkind thoughts and mean thoughts have been coming out and coming to the surface for you to look at. Yeah. I would also say, to conclude your reading, it looks like Spirit is calling you to continuously do this work, rinse and repeat, keep doing this. And eventually, yes, this next big change that's coming in your life is going to happen. It's just going to unfold before your very own eyes. But until then, keep doing this deep work. You know, 8th house is a behind the scenes house. This is where you're doing that deep internal work with yourself, and you're making sure to work on shifting your mindset and your habits. I would also like to emphasize, I've asked Spirit many times, does this have to do with meditation? If I meditate longer, will that change? No. The meditation is not the thing that transforms you. It's your awareness and it's your ability to grasp and embrace the truth. It's the re-education process. This is what's truly going to change your life. You know, we can do physical things, but this world is a physical illusion. It's a physical illusion. So what helps us to soar and to grow and to heal rapidly is our ability to embrace the truth and to hear the truth. When we reject the truth, when we're resistant to the truth, our healing happens at a slower rate. So just keep that in mind. It's not meditation. That's not the answer. It's just your ability to embrace the truth, to want to hear the truth. And the more you want to hear the truth, that means you want to heal. That's what healing is. Healing is the truth. It's your ability to receive the truth. Okay. I'm going to conclude your reading here, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe to support, comment down below. Let me know what's going on in your life if this resonated with you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose this gorgeous lion standing on the drum, which is a representation of synchronistic courage, then this is going to be the reading for you. So first I'm going to go ahead and meditate and see whatever wants to come through. And then we will look into your crystal, meditate with that, see if anything wants to come through. Then we'll talk about your oracle card. Let's get started. Okay, beautiful. I think this fits your oracle card perfectly in your nakshatra. So I was getting this ability to hold. I always get this martini glass representation. I haven't looked it up. But I always get this, it's like a triangle. It's like open line, 2 lines like this, and then a line going down. And it's like a martini. And to me, this represents receptivity. So the next big change in your life has a lot to do with your ability to receive. So, straight up, Our ability to receive is in direct alignment with our ability to receive and to expand. So I know, and when people are teaching other people how to receive and how to tune into divine feminine energy, right? They talk about practical things like, oh, like be able to receive help, be able to receive gifts. And yeah, that's cool. But the thing is, on a deeper level, we have to learn how to receive knowledge and receive guidance. And our ability to receive knowledge and guidance eventually will play into our ability to receive in the physical too. But we are made inside out. So you got to lean inward first to direct the outward experience. If you ultimately want to receive more and expand more into receiving more on the physical, then you have to get comfortable with receiving knowledge and receiving insight and not being so closed-minded. So the more that you expand, group number 3, the more that you've expanded, the more that ultimately, yes, you will attract more in the physical. But knowledge is amazing. Insight and receptivity is amazing, practicing that. So it looks like you guys have been practicing receptivity, because I'm just getting this energy of like infinite energy pouring into that martini glass. And it's reminding me, so it's like the shape of a martini glass, but the tube is actually open. So the water pours down and into you. And it looks like you've learned how to turn on the faucet and keep it on. So you're continuously receiving, keeping yourself open. And as you're keeping yourself open, you're becoming more and more expansive. And as you become more and more expansive, yes, the physical experiences will show up too. Miracles will show up too. So that's beautiful. All right, let's look into the amethyst and see what energy wants to come through for you guys. Let me meditate on this and see. Okay, I was getting loyalty. I was getting this energy of like a dog, and it looked like it was sitting and it was waiting. And I think the loyalty is perfectly connected to the lion, the energy of loyalty. So it looks like you're learning how to redirect your energy when it comes to who you're loyal to. And I see this a lot with people where they're not really sure who to direct their loyalty to. And part of that is because we need to learn our lessons. And quite often is like, I'll speak from personal experiences. I have different beliefs than my parents. Obviously, that's the way it was supposed to be. And I had to learn how to understand the difference between my loyalty to my parents and my loyalty to my heart. So by the end of the day, I cannot compromise my heart for my parents. So it's about the hierarchy or priorities. My priority is my loyalty to my heart is first. So even if my parents don't agree with what I'm doing in my life, because I'm loyal to myself, by the end of the day, I receive that love back from myself. I receive that love from the divine. So that's how, over the years, as I've sort of rebelled against my programming that I learned with my parents, it's rewarded me. Even though, yeah, they still don't agree and they still don't like it, I'm still receiving the benefits. So I learned how to realign my loyalty. In relationships, I see that people think I need to be loyal to this person. But I'm like, if you being loyal to this person is the opposite of you being loyal to yourself, then you're not truly receiving the return on that. Because let's say you're loyal to someone who's not giving back, who's not helping you, and who's not supporting you, then that loyalty is going wasted. You see, it's going wasted. If you stay loyal to yourself, loyal to your heart, then you will attract that experience to you. So sometimes we put our energy into other people because we're so afraid of losing those connections. We don't realize that that's actually, that disloyalty to ourselves is creating a disconnection for ourselves, and it's making us feel lost. I'm actually a fan of Love is Blind. I watch it from time to time, and I'm I find TV so entertaining and so interesting because I love studying people. But in that show, this girl was being loyal to a guy who was not loyal to her. He kept gaslighting her. And as a result, she kept crying and feeling so lost. And I'm like, that's because you keep giving away your loyalty to someone who, I'm not going to even say deserve it or earns it, which in a way, yes, they don't quite deserve it, but you're being disloyal to yourself. So which one is it? You can't be loyal to yourself and loyal to someone else. But if you being loyal to yourself attracts that person being, kind and loyal to you, naturally, yeah, you guys are going to be loyal to each other too. Right? I don't know why I felt the need to go on that tangent there, but I did. Okay, let's go ahead and see what wants to come through. I'm going to go ahead and just look into this. You guys got the emotional amethyst crystal here. Yeah, okay, so this is what I'm getting. Some of you have been going through some like really intense, painful experiences and a lot of grief, a lot of sorrow, whether it's relationships. It's usually with relationships. Those are the most painful karmic lessons that we have to learn. But that's because you've been learning the lesson of loyalty to yourself. And when you're loyal to yourself in your heart, these are not, you don't have to waste your tears crying on something or towards something or feeling like you're missing something. Sometimes we have to lose things and it's painful. But ultimately, you have to ask yourself, by the end of the day, did I stay true to myself? Then I need not grieve no more. Maybe you've been going through a grieving process, but you need not. I'm hearing Spirit saying you need not grieve no more. You're passing the test. Like you're learning. You're learning the lesson. You're doing what is true to you. Yeah. Okay. Anything else I see in here? I'm just getting this energy of confidence and regality. You have a noble heart, and we all do underneath. You have a noble heart, and there's a reason why we like monogamy, we like loyalty, we like devotion, we like commitment, because there's just something so regal about being committed to something you love or committed to someone you love. It makes you more noble. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So we have a Dashnishta Nakshatra connected to this energy of the synchronistic courage for the lion. Dashnishta Nakshatra is the 23rd nakshatra. It's in 23 degrees Capricorn to 6 degrees Aries. Kind of easy to remember with the 23s. So you might have a connection to the number 23, which also adds up to 5, which is about change. So Dashnishta is connected to the drum. And the drum is also connected to this energy of rhythm, going with the rhythm of life, the flow of life, with this oracle card created by AI with the lion who's standing on the drum. He looks intense, right? He looks like this is mine. Like I know myself. I'm very clear on knowing myself. And he has this archway that was created. I didn't even ask for that with AI. They just created an archway around him. It just looks like he's being framed, and it looks like Spirit or the divine is propping up this line. It's like, yes, you are the it. You are the chosen one, my dear. And behind him, he has planets and stars. So to me, this is taking me to your alignment, to your destiny. It looks like the next big change has a lot to do with you being in alignment with your true destiny. Your true destiny, I'm hearing Dharma for this group. So that Dharma and that true destiny that you've been being called to, it looks like you've been following it and you've been loyal to it. And it's taking you courage to face it. It's taking you courage to embrace it. Because before, perhaps you were just terrified of doing the thing that you love. You're terrified of doing things opposite of what most of society has taught you. But your loyalty to this has actually only held you up in high regard by the divine and by Spirit, because you're holding yourself up in high regard and you're giving your voice, you're giving your truth a platform. You're giving it a foundation to stand on. So yes, Dashnishta is connected to Damaru, which is a musical drum, an Indian drum, connected to the energy of the rhythm of universe. And it looks like you've been in this process of learning how to find more synchronicity. So I would say definitely the advice for this group is to keep working with that rhythm and learning what the rhythm and the music of the universe is, so that you're not misguided. The hollowness of the drum is also connected to this energy of space, which is kind of cool. They made planets behind him. Again, I feel like AI is intuitive. People can have their opinions about it, but I've just found that every time I design or make something, because everything is divine, I get pictures like this all the time where it's just, I didn't even ask for that. But when I looked at it, I knew it was the right picture. And that's just, I feel like that's intuition, that's synchronicity. It happens for me all the time. And I think it happens for you guys all the time. And you've been learning the language of the universe. You know, that's taking me to the alchemist. Have you been learning the language of the universe? You understand how the universe speaks to you. You've been learning how to communicate with the spirit, or yes, spirit. So Dashnisha is also connected to this energy of timing and divine timing, being in the right place at the right time all the time. It's also connected to sports. So, you know, people have really good rhythm with their body. To me, I feel like this line would probably have that very good rhythm with its body as well. And we also have this energy of this connection to being adaptable, following your own beat of your drum. And to me, with the line, it looks like you guys are here to stand out in some way. You know, I know people always say, okay, we're here to stand out, but I feel like this group, you guys are here to stand out, like literally be propped on a platform where people can see you because of your passion and your intensity for doing what you love. Oh, sorry, I said 20 degrees Capricorn to 6 degrees Aries. I meant Aquarius. I wrote the wrong sign on accident, I'm sorry. So Dashnisha is connected to 23 degrees Capricorn to 6 degrees Aquarius. All right, so Dashnisha is also connected to the fruits of our labor of karma. So fruits of karma. So the D9 chart for Vedic astrology, if you guys ever follow that, is a reference to the fruits of our labor. So when we put in the effort into really working on ourselves, what is generated out of that? And that's going to be a clear clue for you guys to see whatever you're manifesting with this next big change, it's something that you're destined to manifest. And it has something to do with the fruits of your labor and you facing your karmic lessons, learning your karmic lessons, which karmic lessons are always the most terrifying to learn because they're the things we avoid the most. But ultimately, you're being granted towards fulfillment because of the efforts that you've been putting in this life and perhaps the efforts that you've been putting in multiple lifetimes. So I'm getting with this group, you feel strongly called to do something or be someone in this world or just to do the right thing. And you've been like that since you were young, and that is paying off, and it's creating a ripple effect down the line to manifesting this big change and shift in your life. And I'm getting recognition. You're getting recognition in the spirit world already, or in the angelic realms. You're already getting recognition by divinity, but you're going to be getting recognition in the physical too. So synchronistic courage. Continuously be courageous. Right, you guys also have 5 of Swords. So perhaps some of this has called for you to walk away from, I was talking about my parents, but those difficult discussions where people are disagreeing, they're saying, no, 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 we don't like it, we don't like this. And you've had to sit through that with more courage and handle that. And the universe is trying to show you that those discussions you're having with people in the physical is also in representation of those conflicting thoughts you're having internally, where you're battling yourself. You know, the war is really in here. Why do we care about what people have to say unless we let it affect us? And I think you're learning how to get to a place where it's affecting you less because you're understanding what are you truly loyal to by the end of the day. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some cards for you. Group number 3 and see what next big change is happening in your life. We have here the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Yeah, so we were talking about karma. So we have a reference here to the Wheel of Fortune, the Wheel of Karma, the Wheel of Dharma. There you go. There you go. And we got another reference to a lion here for the Wheel of Karma, or the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like you guys have a deep connection to occult knowledge and ancient knowledge and information that you've been given access to. And this has been guiding you and educating you on how to understand how to align with the synchronicity of the universe. You know, however you feel called to do it and aligned with the universe, that's up to you. But it looks like I'm getting knowledge here. Is you're understanding how synchronicity works in the world and in life. And at the highest level, synchronicity Wherever you go, you're in the right place. So you don't have to look to, the clock to see if the numbers are lining up to get confirmation about numbers. Like at a highest level, you're always where you need to be. You're always in synchronicity. But truly, what Dashnisha is connected to is this universal mind energy. So this is about connecting to the synchronicity in here. When you become the energy of synchronicity, you're always in alignment. It's the way that you think. It's the way that you think that's aligning you with the synchronicity in the universe. Okay, let's pull another card and see what else wants to come through for you guys. We have here Knight of Cups. So you're learning how to be loyal to your heart. Maybe there's also some loyal heart connections coming towards you as well. So you're learning how to be loyal to your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. My guides are always telling me that. The universe is always telling me that. And I'm like, but this is hard sometimes. And they're just like, keep doing it. Keep doing it. And all you're going to see is that the universe is going to respond to you, showing you that you're on the right path. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what big change is coming in group number 3's life here. We have here God. You guys are getting God. Nice. Just God. It's just little old God. Okay, so we have here benevolence and compassion, recognizing the eternal force within yourself and others. So, with this synchronistic courage line here, he looks almighty and powerful, right? Really intense. So the more that you've been learning who and what you are, the more you're feeling very confident in yourself, very confident in your presence, very confident in your existence in the world, because it's not dependent on anything or anyone. God, the divine, already gave you validation, already said you're worth it, you're deserving. Whereas other people are going to try to correct you and maybe even humble you at times. They'll tell you, no, you're not deserving of that. You have to earn it. You haven't deserved it. In truth, we've already earned it. In truth, you don't have to do anything to earn God's love or the divine support other than be yourself and recognize that. The only thing that's creating sabotage or things just sort of like being shaky or falling apart in our lives, sometimes it's lessons, but sometimes it's just our mind is painting that picture, and it's just not true. Your mind's going to tell you, I'm not good enough, and that's not true. It's simply not true. That's how that line would talk to you. It's simply not true. It's simply not true. Divinely supported, divinely loved. We got here the shaman in the forest. So it looks like you're learning how to see the tree and the forest and the trees. So that means you're learning how to see the bigger picture, with that Dashnisha and the God and the Wheel of Fortune. You're learning how to see the synchronistic bigger picture of how everything works. Looks like you guys are getting some key secrets or access to how the universe works. And the more you expand and you learn how the universe works, the more that the universe seems to be expanding for you. So the more receptive you become, the more you're able to receive on the physical too. That's the beautiful thing. So you're learning how to see the tree in the forest, something like that, right? The muddling of the tree in the forest. Really cool. And it looks like they have this emerald energy, and emerald is connected to healing and the restoration of the soul. So you're going through a restoration of your soul. We got rainbow energies above here. So this is helping you to tap into your infinite source of light, your divine light, and your full spectrum. So before you had access to just a little bit, but after you've been facing your karma, facing your fears, it's actually giving you more and more access to the universe. You're expanding further and further. So you're starting to see what's worth giving my time to, what's not. Every worry, every fear is fear. Every fear is fear. It's just fear by the end of the day. And what we're battling against is not our external circumstances not being right. What we're battling against is our mind. Because the universe is saying it's an illusion. And sometimes I have a hard time with this. I'm like, this doesn't seem good, guys. And they're just like, it's going to be taken care of. Watch. And time again, I've been proven wrong. So there you go. When I don't do anything to fix it and I'm just like, I surrender to it, it's taken care of. So turns out the only problem was me focusing on a problem as opposed to me trusting the solution would show up. We have here the shaman here. So it looks like you are learning how to become the shaman. You're learning how to find the diamond within you, the pressure. You're learning how to trust in higher forces, but you're also learning how to access the secrets to the universe. The whole spectrum, death, birth, all of it. The pain that exists, the suffering that exists, but only to understand that that pain and suffering creates contrast, and it helps us to elevate into higher states of consciousness and access love. So because you're reaching out into this infinite source of knowledge, here you're reaching out. You said, divine, help me. I want to know. I want to learn the truth. When you said that, the universe was like, we got something for you. You want to know the truth? Here it is. So some of you guys are being called to give back here, with this shaman energy. It looks like you're being called to give back your insight, and you can help to guide people towards their inner source of healing, because you've found it. You found the fountain of youth. You found the fountain of healing. You've learned what it takes to access that, and you can give that back to others. So we have here time to go. So you're learning the timing of things, right? With the Dashnishya Nakshatra. The next big change in your life is that you're leaving behind an old ideology or belief system that did not work for you, that is outdated. And this belief system, what comes with it is maybe certain physical experiences that you're no longer interested in because you realize you don't need it to validate your existence. You don't need anything to validate your existence. So you're just ready to go. You're ready to leave behind things that don't align with you. This is the truth. I'm loyal to myself, right? We have the Orion activation, supernova recreation, renewal, rebirthed by light. So you're being rebirthed by light. I'm on the fault line of my life, ready to be rebirthed by light. I'm feeling more than all right, all right, all right. I slay. So it looks like you've slayed your demons. I'm sorry, this is a song I wrote. You've slayed your demons. It's called Royal Robe, by the way. It's called Royal Robe and Red Wine. And I wrote it last year. Or maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, so it looks like you're tuning into the supernova. To me, this is the universe. You've accessed the universe inside of you. And this is it's helping you to align your mind with the universal mind. And because of this, you're recreating your life. You're going through a rebirth recreation. This is what we're all destined to experience, is a rebirth. That is what Christianity is about. It's about the rebirth into Christ consciousness, into stabilizing that 7th level God consciousness. Does that mean we're high and divine all the time? No, we're not going to be like that. We're not going to feel that way. It means that we've learned and we've gone on the journey where we've given ourselves continuous exposure to the truth. When you give yourself enough exposure to the truth, your whole body, all of your energy, all of your vibrations realign with the alignment of synchronicity and of the universe, and you heal. You heal. So you've been going through a powerful healing process. This opening takes me to like the rebirth canal, right? The birth canal, or the baby being born and coming out. So you're being reborn and you're being rebirthed by light. So light is taking over, the soul is taking over. So this group, you're very strongly connected to your divinity. You're strongly connected and devoted and committed to your spirit. And boy, is this intense. Like, you're changing. People are looking at you like, what the heck are you doing? And can I have some of that? That's what I'm getting for this group. People want to know what you're doing and how they can get some more of that. Presence. The next big change you're going through is your presence is going through a huge change. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what else wants to come through. Oh, we have 45. We have a 5 here, and you guys had 23, which was 5. That's kind of cool. Synchronicity happens like that all the time. Okay. We have your thinker. Oh, I already pulled cards like this. We have your time for a nap and thinker. So I feel like this is advice for where you guys are at currently. Right now, Spirit wants you to just take it easy, but also just know that you don't have to worry about anything. That sounds so radical, but it's true. So take it easy and rest. The universe is saying you can rest your swords. You don't have to stress anymore. You're too blessed to be stressed. So be the blessed child that is too blessed to be stressed. And if you're with a thinker, redirect your thinking towards knowledge, towards receiving truth. So sometimes one game I like to play with myself sometimes is that instead of me worrying about something, I go silent and I say, okay, oops, I'm getting hungry. Instead of me worrying about something, I say, okay, I'm ready to receive. And that changes everything. So instead of me trying to like thinking, worrying, my mind goes silent and I'm just in receptive mode. And when I'm in receptive mode, sometimes, everything just goes silent and quiet, and I'm able to just hear or feel the energy of peace come over me. Because I realize my mind is recreating the drama. But if I redirect my attention, I can receive the peace. So peace is something that we receive here. Maybe this is something you're learning how to align with. We have 45, 24, and 44. So 4 is about that grounding energy. You're learning how to become more grounded in yourself. And to me, the drum is also very symbolic of feeling grounded. If you ever beat on a drum, the vibration feels so nice and grounding and meaty. So perhaps you're learning how to find that grounding drum beat within you that's keeping you anchored and it's keeping you calm. We got 2:44 here on the clock for you guys. Woohoo! So there we go. Synchronicity is how it happens all the time, guys. It happens all the time. So with a 44 number, this to me is the mastery of the God consciousness, because you have 33 is like the ascendant mastery, and 44 is about like mastering alignment with the universe and the body. So it's when the universe and the body come into full synchronicity. With a 33, that's about receiving ascendant master knowledge. So that you're learning how to master receiving knowledge. 44, you're at the place where you're learning how to master receiving knowledge while being fully grounded in your body at the same time and not trying to escape this world. Right? Cool. Final advice for this group to close out your reading. Group number 3. Look, you guys got 3. Sagittarius, 3rd house. Jupiter in Sagittarius in the 3rd house. What? That's good. Okay. Expand in knowledge. What was I saying? So keep learning. Right now, Spirit is like, keep learning. Be the eternal student of life. This will keep your energy fresh, youthful, excited, focused. Yeah, learning, expanding, receiving. Sometimes you don't have to be receiving knowledge, but maybe you just want to receive love. You just want to sit in that energy of love, or you want to sit in that energy of peace or contentment or presence. Whatever it is, it's helping you to feel so expansive in your mind and content. But it could be knowledge. It could be learning how to communicate differently to yourself. Encouraging us to communicate in a very positive, optimistic way for ourselves. They're always telling us to believe. So your belief system is going through a whole shift, and your belief system now is becoming a part of your daily communication within yourself, and you're no longer worrying about these 5 of Swords. That's going to be the end of your reading here, group number 3. Like, subscribe to support, and let me know what you guys are thinking. Comment down below. Let me know if this resonated, and I will see you guys next time.